Here we go. It's the first singles senior final here at the WDF World Cup in Esbjerg in Denmark. A final between two of the big favorites for the title before the first dart was thrown. Of course, 19-year-old Beau Greaves and 63-year-old Deta Hedman. So whatever happens, England will take the gold medal, as they have done so many times before. However, we have to go all the way back to 2015, since we last saw an English player winning in the ladies single event. That was Lisa Ashton going all the way in Turkey. Since then, Swedish Vicky Prum won in Japan. And then 4 years ago it was Mikuru Suzuki in Romania. And the big question here is if Deta Hedman's experience will compensate for the fact that Beau Greaves no doubt is the better player of the two, at least at this moment in time. Beau Greaves obviously being one of the main attractions here at the WDF World Cup. One of the most talked about players in the darting world. However, Deta Hedman, on the other hand, one of the most successful players in the history of the game. And that's despite the fact that in the mid-90s she actually decided to pause her career. Then later came back, and if you have a look down at all the titles she has won, then there's no doubt that she is a real Hall of Fame player. There's very few players who have been even near of winning the number of titles that she has. Now going for the single one to leave double four. A really good start to the scoring phase of the game by Deta, but she obviously needs to take her chances. This leaves double 10 for Beau Greaves. And another chance for Deta here. Double 2. Now up to double 1. No room for error. And once again it's Beau on double 10, this time double 5. And that seems like a good marker, but it doesn't work out, so instead it's Deta again. On the mat house double 1. We often see players throwing the first dart just a little bit above the double, so that if they miss they can use it as a guide. However, that seems to be blocking the better bit. But there it is, the top corner of the double. Oh. this is kind of a weird situation. I think the second one was clearly in. However, the referee, Marco Meyer, just didn't realize. So just to prove everyone that Deta Hedman is the master of double one, she decides to put 2 darts in the bed. Fair enough.
82.
Kind of a weird situation that you don't normally see, but here we go. It's 1-0 for Deta. And I think it's great to see that both players are able to laugh about the situation. It's no secret that Deta and Beau are very good friends, and Deta has in many ways been a kind of a mentor for Beau. They have traveled around so many countries and playing in so many tournaments together on a number of occasions. So they know each other really well, and Deta is also known as a person who is very invested in the youth apartment of the game, and it can be a bit surprising when you think about how good a player Beau is, but it isn't too long ago that she played in the youth tournaments herself. Still only 19 years old. And if we have a look at the 2 players' performances in the semi-finals, Beau Greaves beat Noelin van Leuven from Holland 6-2 with a 78 average, while Deta Hedman was playing in a very tight contest against Kirsi Vinikainen from Finland. Just won the match 6-5 despite Kirsi missing a few match starts. Different options here on the 95. That leaves double 19. And very efficient so far from Deta. 2-0. And a bit of a surprise so far, and very good for the game. Of course, there's a long way to the finish line still. First to 7 legs. In other words, Deta still needs to win 5 legs to be crowned as the WDF Women's Singles Champion, which she has done once before, back in 2013 in Canada. That year she also won the pairs tournament with Trina Gulliver. Another legend of not just ladies darts, but darts in general. Trina Gulliver, of course, won the World Championship 10 times between 2001 till 2016. Not the best visit from Deta here, and Beau with a couple of trebles can really put some pressure on the Deta throw, which she does. The first 180 of the match, and puts herself in a very good position to break back. She went for the treble 12, I believe, to leave the double 8. In the end, it's 40 left after 15 darts. Let's see if she will come back. Now Deta needs the treble 20, which doesn't happen. So Beau here with 3 darts in hand at double top. That seems like a good guide. Very fine margins. Instead, Deta looking here for 71 and for the perfect start to the match if she can convert this 71 into her third leg of the match. Double top.
51.
And there it is, right in the middle of the double 20 for bow and arrows. She obviously prefers her darts to, if she should miss the triple 20, to go just above the treble. You can see how her darts land with this angle into the board. So as soon as she hits below her intended target, it seems to be somewhat blocked. However, if she can put the first dart in the top of the treble, just like that one, that's the perfect guide, and you just expect her to hit at least one more treble when the first dart is in the top of the treble. Whereas Deta's darts, they come in very straight to the board, so it's not really. Yeah, just look at this again from Beau. She has really found the scoring part of the game here. But Deta following up very nicely. Leaves 161, so he's 80 points behind. Now for the bullseye for Beau. And that is a brilliant 12th dart leg by the 19-year-old. Very good start to the match so far. If we have a look at the averages, Beau is averaging 91, while Deta is 10 points below, but still 81. A very, very good performance so far. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that this will continue. We did see in Deta's win against Kirsi Vinikainen in the semi-final that Deta started out really strong. She won the first 3 legs, while with the first 2 legs being a 14 and 17 dart leg. However, the deeper the 2 players got into the match, she found it very hard to keep the consistency and to find her A game. And I'm very curious if that's a pattern that we will see in this match as well.
51. Deta Hedman, 21.
But so far she is playing brilliantly, and she really is putting Beau under big pressure.
43.
Leaves the biggest finish of the game, but it's definitely not a certainty that she will come back and have a go at it, because Deta will now have one dart at double 20 and is very much successful here. Again, a very good start to this match. Both players averaging around 84 after 5 legs. And as you can see, both players are playing in the England shirt. Normally, in most tournaments, players will have their own personalized shirt, but that's not the case at the World Cup. While both Beau and Deta are, of course, playing for the singles title, they are also playing for their country and for their teammates here, as Beau puts in 3 big trebles. So other than playing in the singles tournament, they have also been playing pairs, which they came out successful yesterday, but they have also been playing in the teams event. And we did see a bit of a surprise. When the England team lost out to Wales. Here as Beau makes it 3-all. Yeah, but in the teams event, Wales beat the English team 9-5. Other than Beau and Deta, also Lorraine Winstanley and Claire Brookin was a part of the English team. And I think most people would have pointed towards England as the favorite for the team's event. However, Wales played exceptionally well in their 9-5 win against the English players. Leanne Tupper, Ryan O'Sullivan, Alana Waters-Evans and Eva Watson, they averaged 81 actually in their 9-5 win against England. An incredible performance, especially under these very hard and tough circumstances it is to play in the teams event, where you only play one leg at a time. Another free treble visit by Beau Greaves. And so far we have been treated with some brilliant darts in this final. Again, that's a perfect dart. Now double 19. And you wonder if she is considering to go for the big 6 segment instead, just to leave the double 16. Deta is, of course, all the way back on 260. However, she decided to go for the double 19. And all Deta can do from this point is to try and hit as big a score as possible and leave a finish. And that is a bit of a blocker for Beau, who busted the score. Went for a single 3 on her last start, but hit a single 19 instead. So Deta with 2 trebles here. That's 1. And that's very close to the second one. She leaves 60. So now there's actually a bit of pressure in this one. A single 3 for double 8 this time.
22.
And instead it's Deta who gets the chance now. I wonder if it was the right decision for Beau to go straight for the double 19. Often it's so hard to, well, it's easy to say in hindsight, but now let's have a look at the double 8. Double 4. I have lost track of how many darts she has thrown at a double in this leg, but I'm pretty sure it's close to the amount of darts she threw just to come down to a double in the first place. So very disappointing for Greaves here. And now Deta Hedman only 3 legs away from the title. One of the big stories in the darts world the last week or so was, of course, the fact that Beau Greaves had to choose whether she wanted to go to the PDC World Championship or the double WDF one. And she has decided to play in the double WDF World Championship, where she will be defending her world title. Right now, of course, there's plenty of work to do here, as Deta Hedman has used her chances very well. And a roll with the ice from Beau. It has been a bit inconsistent, but I think the scoring part of the game from Beau has actually been really good. It has just been a few occasions on the double, like the leg we just saw before, where she hasn't been as efficient as she would expect herself to be. And back-to-back 180s from the 19-year-old, who leaves double 11 after just 12 darts thrown. Let's see if she goes straight for it this time as well. She does.
11.
And this is very reminiscing of the leg we just saw before. An odd double, and then she will have to burn a dart on her next visit just to get a shot at the double, while Deta leaves 160, which we also saw in the last leg, so a bit of a pattern already here. But luckily for Beau, it doesn't go exactly as the leg we just saw before. Now it's 4-all. Both players 3 legs away from the title. Yesterday, of course, we saw both Beau and Deta win in the pairs event. They beat Kirsi Vinikainen and Sari Sauvola from Finland 6-1. A very convincing performance where the Finnish pair didn't get many chances. Kirsi, who we saw on the stage for Finland yesterday, actually missed match starts against Deta in the semi-final earlier today here in the singles tournament. A very good visit from Deta here on her own throw. So with a treble, she will have an opportunity on the double. Now she needs the treble 19, which doesn't happen. So Beau can now prepare for the 76. Treble 20 will leave the double 8. Now 16s for double top. And a break of throw. So now 5-4 for Beau. And that was a very important break of throw, because that makes Beau an even bigger favorite than she was already. But you've got to give credit to Deta. She has really played well in this match as well. So nothing is decided yet. I think we've got to give credit to these players as well, based on the fact that they have been playing for almost a week now, and it has been some very long days with both the singles tournament, the pairs, and the teams event, of course. But still, they are capable of delivering on the big stage in front of a very good crowd here in the Grandly Hockey Arena in Esbjerg, Denmark. often we see the players go for the bullseye on the last dart when they have 121 with just one dart in hand. But not on this occasion. Instead, we witness a efficient finish by Beau. So even though she's behind with 2 legs here, Deta, the task is actually quite simple, because she can't afford to lose any more legs. If she does, then Beau will be crowned as the WDF World Cup singles champion for the first time in the senior event. 4 years ago, she won in the girls singles in Romania. Back then she beat Katie Sheldon from Ireland in the final. She did that with a 75 average. 98 left after just 9 darts. This is a superb leg by Deta. Now 83 left, treble 17. Would have left double 16, but instead she tries to leave 36. That leaves 56. But you know she will come back. Now 16 for double top. Yeah. Double 20. Now down to double 10. That gives Beau a chance here for the 144. She would have needed 2 trebles to have had a shot at the double. Narrowly misses inside. A single one down to double 2 this time. And that's straight in the middle by Deta. All right. Now it's 6-5. Of course, it's Beau who has the throw. And if she wins now, she will also be crowned as the singles champion. And this is a great start to the leg. And it really puts pressure on Deta, who still, well, I mean, that's just character. She is able to smile under these circumstances. Such a popular character in the game of darts. I have said it a few times already today, but I don't think you can find anyone who has a bad word to say about Deta. The same goes for Beau, of course. But Deta really is a legend of the sport and has been a great ambassador of ladies darts in a number of years. And a big reason why the ladies game has developed into, well, I don't think it's an understatement to say that it's become quite of a phenomenon, especially with players like Beau Greaves and Fallon Sherrock, Mikuru Suzuki, and Lisa Ashton, who has proven themselves to, when they are on their A game, they are capable of giving even the best male players some real competition, just like Deta has has proven that she for a number of years has been consistent enough to not just challenge the female players, but on her day also the men. She really needs a treble now, Deta. That's a great last start. Now it's 2 match starts for Beau. Double 10 for the match. And there it is. I think we all expected Beau to go through this tournament and be crowned as the singles ladies champion, but I think we've also got to give huge credit to Deta for this final. She played a really good match, pushed Beau almost until the end. An 87 average, Deta Hedman just under an 80 average by Deta, so a brilliant final with the two players also being able to give each other a hug after the match, and there's no doubt that Deta is very proud on her teammates' behalf. And a huge congratulations to Beau on a great victory, and to England, of course, with another gold medal. I'm having a hard time keeping up with how many gold medals they have won at this point.